Welcome back, brothers and sisters of Christ. My name is Brianna and I'm back with another video. For today's video is consult with God. And not only consult with God, but be honest with God. Tell him exactly what you're feeling. Tell him exactly what you need. The Lord knows anyway, so we can't hide anything from him. But although the Lord knows, he still wants to hear from us. You know, he said we have not because we ask not. He said, confess your sins and you will be forgiven. So verbal communication plays a huge part and role in our relationships with the Lord, just like any other relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to have a real bonding relationship with people, you have to have verbal communication. You have to tell them how you feel. If your partner, if it's something that you're angry with your partner, you're going to communicate to them, to them. If you're feeling sad, you're going to communicate that to them, because that's how you get a resolution. You know, just because God knows our feelings and thoughts doesn't mean he doesn't want us to communicate them with him. You know, how can God talk back if you're not speaking? Like, he will still talk to us if we're not saying anything, but at the end of the day, closed mouths don't get fed. You have to tell him what it is. You know, how can you build a bond with the Lord if you're not telling him how you feel? You're not being honest with him. Being honest with the Lord is very important. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like, he knows our feelings and our thoughts anyway. So I just feel like being honest with him, being honest in any relationship, you know, is the key to a relationship. And being honest with God when he knows already is just like, you know, it's just necessary. Like, Lord, I know that you know that I'm feeling this way, but I'm going to tell you anyway that I'm feeling this way. And like, what are we going to do? What can happen for me to not feel this way? You know, oftentimes we lie to ourselves and we lie about how we're feeling because we're scared to tell God our true feelings. And as I said before, God already knows how we feel. So you might as well express them to him and get it off your chest so he can give you a resolution. You know, if you're angry with him, tell him. If you're sad with him, tell him. If you're confused, tell him. If you're hurt, tell him. Even if you don't even know what you're feeling, tell him, like, Lord, I don't even know what I'm feeling. Like, I just need you to help me navigate through this. I need you to tell me what it is I'm feeling and how to get through it, because I don't even know. Lay every emotion on the table. Give all your concerns to him so he can help you through and give you answers. And I just feel like it's also just build intimacy with the Lord. Like, you know, just being honest. At the end of the day, you know, God won't be mad at us for expressing our feelings. Like, even if it's anger towards him. And I know this because there were people in the Bible who were angry at God. You know, he didn't punish them. You know, there were people who questioned God, but he still, you know, he didn't punish them. So oftentimes we think that we're the only people that go through these things, or thoughts or feelings, emotions. For one, other people in the world are going through it, but even then, you know, the people in the Bible went through the same things that we've went through. And that's why it's important to read, because, you know, we won't feel alone. And then we see how it played out in the Bible, and, you know, how it can help us in our situations. When you hold these emotions in, if it's like a negative emotion towards the Lord, you know, it can lead to resentment towards God. And you can become so far gone because you have not confronted and confessed your true feelings to God. And having a negative emotions towards God, you know, that's not uncommon. I've seen it and heard it so many times. But keeping those negative emotions in until the end of time is when you can lead yourself to hell. So that's why, you know, if you end up building like a resentment towards God. And, you know, as we know, keeping things in, whether it's with God or just letting things build up. When you let things build up, that's how you explode, you know, and that's how you start resenting someone, because you're sitting around, you're acting like everything's cool, but really deep down inside, you're feeling these feelings toward them, and you won't confront the feelings, or you won't tell this person how you feel, which means you're staying stagnant. There's no way to move forward. So, you know, that can often happen in our relationships with God, and you don't want that to happen. So, like, just be real with God. Like, God is real. Like, God keeps it real. And, you know, he's going to tell us what it is, whether we don't want to hear it or not. We're going to have to go through what we got to go through, whether we don't want to go through it or not. Like, his word is his word. It's real. It lives. And it unfolds every day. But I just feel like if God is real to us, we need to be real to him. We need to keep it real with him. And yeah, I just feel like that's gonna build like a strong, it does build a strong foundation with God. You know, you're waking up every day like, oh, everything's all good, but in reality you have this anger towards the Lord, and he knows that you have this anger, and he's probably sitting around waiting like, are they gonna confess this to me? You know, and you're just gonna act like nothing's going on. Like, no, be honest with the Lord, consult with him, and be honest with him. He is not going to strike you down, baby. I'm pretty sure he's going to be way more happy with you being honest with him than you holding that in and lying to yourself and lying to him. But if that is all that I have for today. If this word is not for you, it's for somebody else. Remember, I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all. God bless.